Hi. So I was going to ask you both a very serious question, but instead I'm going to ask a super fun question. So because this franchise is so large, I expect that we'll see lots of like Easter eggs and callbacks and nods to, you know, previous movies and series and whatnot. Are there any Easter eggs that you can give us without spoilers, or anything that you should tell fans to look for?
Jane, we don't want, or Jana, we don't want to spoil anything for all of you
Right.
fans, but I will say that one of the things that we're very excited about by moving the show up 1,300 years, we still want to have some things from the past for the legacy fans. So my answer is to keep your eyes wide open because there are
Mm,
things to look for as we're
okay.
journeying through the nine realms. It's definitely connected.
So, Marcus, you have done a fair amount of work both as a TV and film actor and doing voice work. Do you have a preference for one or the other, and why?
Um, Honestly, I don't think I have a preference. On different days, I definitely prefer different things. I feel like voiceover is very fun. I just get to go in the booth. I got my boy John there. I got Mary, the director there. We're having a good time. We're vibing, and I just get to go like all out and really just yell at the mic. And I feel like voiceover for me is like really my truest form of expression. I feel like when I'm acting, it's like sometimes you have to be a little bit more refined and you have to worry about how your face looks and all that stuff. But voiceover, I just get to go in there and just really just whatever I feel is just what's going to come out.
Thanks.
There's a whole thing in voiceover acting, Jana, where the actors have to just do reactions and efforts and screams and chuckles,
Yeah.
and it's really like it all works when it gets on
Yeah.
screen, but the process of recording it is very funny. And Marcus is by far our best at all of his reacts and laughs and screams. So I think that we all feel like it's a bit cathartic to get all that stuff out and to have a laugh about it.
It's hilarious. I wish people could be in the booth while we're doing that. We have a great time.
True.
Maybe that'll be on the blooper reel.
Yeah, hopefully.
Should be.
Gotta talk to the higher ups.
Okay, so Demon Slayer, that's not necessarily what I would have expected, but yeah,
Wow.
we'll go with it. So favorite children, I know it's so hard to choose one, but if you had to have a favorite dragon, which dragon would it be?
I mean, I think Marcus, I think that I know who your favorite dragon is.
We already know. But
Is it though?
my favorite dragon I can't unveil yet. Like right now, it's definitely Plowhorn is my girl. That's my girlie. Like I love her so much. And she reminds me so much of my dog Odin that I have in real life, IRL. Just like sort of this big, brutish sweetheart who's just like super loving, but at the same time gets the business done. But my favorite dragon is yet to come. So I'm excited for you guys to watch the show.
Yeah, and I mean, I've spent a lot of time in the Dragons universe. I was on Race to the Edge, and I rode on Rescue Riders, and now I'm on the Nine Realms. And I gotta say, Thunder, who is our dragon, our main hero dragon in the show, I've really grown to love. I think that the legacy fans. I think the new fans are going to love Thunder, and I think the legacy fans are going to be surprised at how much personality and how much love comes out of Thunder. I know that he's going to be held up against Toothless because there's no way legacy fans aren't going to do that. But I think Thunder's got a shot at winning him over.
I think so too. But I'm really excited to see this new dragon.
Yes, there are definitely.
How many episodes do I have to wait?
We can't say.
Can't say.
I tried. Do you have favorite moments from the show that you can tell us without it being a spoiler? Because I know that you can't tell us your favorite dragon, but I'm hoping maybe you have a favorite moment from the show that doesn't include a dragon that can't be named yet.
Okay, I'll do my best to not spoil. And I think one of my favorites is D'Angelo's introduction, I would say. Just starting right at the beginning, playing it safe. But D'Angelo's introduction is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of beautiful in a way because he's this kid who's like always been on the go, like Jana said. All of our main dragon riders have been on the move their entire lives and like have never really been able to establish a home. And just getting to see him and getting to create that moment where he really unites and he finds his people and he finds his love of dragons and whatnot. I was gonna say animals in general. Do dragons count as animals? I would say animals. I'll include them. John's shaking his head. Yes, no, kind of.
Well, insofar as we tell, themes of, protecting animals and so,
yeah.
I mean, technically, yes, but they're majestic animals.
Majestic.
Yeah.
But yeah, that moment, getting to create that was kind of a beautiful thing. It really touched me. Honestly, I've lived in Los Angeles my entire life, so I couldn't relate to that. But getting to step into those shoes, and kind of feel what it felt like to be on the move and always not knowing who were your friends and having to figure yourself out was some themes that I kind of related to. So it was really cool stepping into those shoes and getting to record that moment, that initial meeting where our dragon club, our little gang is formed.
Yeah, and I would say that my favorite moments are when the kids meet their dragons. When I think about myself, 25 years ago, I always loved dogs, but I didn't own a dog. And so I liked them from the outside, but I didn't really get it. And then when I got my first dog and actually bonded and connected and then could speak the language, you learn the language of the dog once you own one. And all of a sudden I felt like I could communicate with every dog because I had figured out how it worked. And so we play on those types of themes as the kids meet the dragons for the first time and come together. And I just think that those moments they always pull on the heartstrings a little bit as you're learning the language of dragons.
Thank you.
Hi, Marcus. Hi, John. It's so nice to get a chance to speak with you today.
Yeah, how you doing, Ashley?
I'm good. Marcus, the Dragons franchise and fandom is massive. Were you already a fan before the show? And if so, what was it like getting the call to work on it?
It was definitely a dream come true. I actually read the series in middle school. Obviously, was a huge fan of the movies as well. And I've always been huge into dragon mythology in general. So getting to be a part of a show like this, Dragons: The Nine Realms, has been a dream come true. Working with John and him just kind of building the world out for all of us actors has been a blessing. And getting to see, I'm always interested in all the new types of dragons that we're getting to discover on a daily basis. So it's been a lot of fun.
I'm a dragon nerd too, so I also like checking out all the new dragons in the show.
You're gonna love the show, Ashley. Let's go. Dragon nerds for the win.
So you were just talking about how, the show has moved up 1,300 years. It's modern times. Can you share a little bit about what that decision was like, the reason to do so with this show?
Well, DreamWorks, was looking at the franchise and trying to figure out what they wanted to do next. And they landed on doing a modern day version where we could see the perspective of modern day kids with modern day hopes and dreams. I think that we all felt like it would be an interesting journey for modern day kids to meet and bond with dragons. And it allows us to tell some stories about climate change and about animal rights and these types of things that weren't as important to Vikings, but are important to the youth of today.
Okay, Marcus, nerd to nerd. We are feasting right now with all the great shows and films that have been coming out and are coming out. Other than Nine Realms, because obviously that's your number one, what are you most hyped about as a fan?
Oh, wow. As a fan. Oh, man. Whew. I mean, obviously Nine Realms I'm ready for. I'm so excited to see it.
No, that's
Don't
number
laugh at me,
one. I
Bob.
know.
Come
I
on,
know.
man. I gotta, we're here for a reason. I'm super pumped for Nine Realms. I'm trying to think of some other stuff that I'm excited for. New season of Demon Slayer. I'm hyped for. That's gonna be dope. Yeah, that's all. I'll drop that right there.
There you go.
So filming can be a challenge during these days with everything that's going on. The cast, though, seems to come across like you guys had great chemistry. Were you able to work together at all, maybe just on Zoom, to try to kind of build those relationships?
Initially we had a meeting together, and we're able to do like one recording session. And from that, I feel like I gleaned a lot of personality traits and kind of how everybody operates. But luckily we have, through the means of technology, we have Zoom and all those sorts of things. And we have amazing voiceover booth directors and talented producers and writers and stuff who can kind of illustrate that through the writing, and even just telling us and informing us of how other people are kind of doing their thing. So I think we're just very fortunate to be able to vibe on that level, and that initial meeting really helped too, because it's been difficult, So
Yeah. I mean, it has been hard, actually. I will say that COVID hit right as our show was really getting like ramping up into production, and I'm used to being, I'm a in-person kind of a creative. I like to shake hands, and I feel like when you're in the same room with people, you're able to, like Marcus said, you're able to vibe and you're able to do a lot. And so it has been a challenge, but everybody on the crew, I think, rose to the occasion, and we were able to get over those obstacles. And so I'm very proud of all the work that the crew has done to pull everyone together.
Well, from what I've seen, it turned out phenomenal. So
Thank you.
That's great.
Thank you.